Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be doing a dynamic warm-up, something you could do for really any type of sport. It's really gonna have a speed dynamic to it, so it's gonna have a lot of A skip, B skip, things that are gonna help you with improving your speed as well as get all the muscles that you need warmed up. We'll go and hop right into it. First one, I'm just gonna be going knees to chest, so I'm here, just driving the knees all the way up. Typically, I'll take a few steps and then go into the next one there. I wanna just be really pulling on the top of the knee as I go through that to make sure that I'm getting plenty of height within the toe, within the foot, and getting a good stretch in my hip flexors. Next one's just gonna be a quad stretch. So I'm just here, I'm gonna go same arm, same leg, pulling back with my heel. Big thing with this is we wanna make sure that we're keeping our hips forward and shoulders back, right? So I don't wanna be here with it too much. I really wanna be coming all the way forward, stay tall, keep that core on to make it so you can really isolate the quad. Next one's just gonna be a groin stretch. So I'm here, I'm gonna shift side to side. Typically what I'll do is just go one side or face one side, then face the other side. And just get a good shift. Make sure I'm keeping my toes straight as I'm doing it. And I'm really trying to sink down the best that I can. Next one, I'm gonna be doing the outside part of the hip. So I'm gonna be lifting the heel all the way up to the hip. Next one, every three, I'm just gonna grab the toe, pulling all the way up. I wanna try to keep my toes facing straight ahead. For an added stretch, I can go inwards and outwards as well. Next one, I'm gonna go leg up, swing through. Every 3 steps. Again, keeping that leg straight, getting good range, coming all the way up. All right, next one's just gonna be a leg lift, a lateral leg lift. This is another good one for the groin where I'm just lifting out to the side. This is a common one that we see a lot of soccer players do that I kind of stole from that, which is, I still think great exercise to really open up, again, the groin, the hips, get the glute medius going. And we could do the same thing going back. Really open up that low back, open up the hamstrings. Next one, this is referred to the world's greatest stretch. So I'm gonna just go all the way out. I'm gonna reach all the way in with my elbow, and then I'm gonna reach up. I'm gonna go to the next one. Reach all the way in with my elbow, and then reach up. The next one is gonna be a great hamstring exercise. So what you do is just go here, it's called an inchworm. Walk out, walk your feet all the way up, walk out, walk the feet all the way up, walk out. It's really tough if you don't have good hamstring range of motion. Now we'll get more into some of like the speed type of exercises. First one here is gonna be high knees. I'm just working on getting my knees up, toes up. I wanna have good rhythm as I'm going through here and almost wanna be thinking about like cycling with like a bicycle as I'm going through. Next one's gonna be a butt kick. And so when I'm doing this though, I don't wanna end up going too much forward like this. And I really wanna be thinking more about bringing my heel straight up underneath me as I'm going through. So it's really just like an upward motion with my heel, like a lifting of my heel as I'm getting my heel to kick my butt. Next one's just gonna be straight leg run. So big thing with this is I'm just working on being able to get my toe all the way up and then striking downwards into the ground and just being very active with my foot strike. Next one, we're gonna do straight leg run, same thing, except I'm just gonna be cycling with a single leg. I'm gonna be doing a right leg, single leg cycle. Just make sure I'm staying active with the arms as I'm doing that. Next one's gonna be same thing, just with the left leg cycle. Straight leg run, cycle the left. And then Then I'm gonna be doing an alternate cycle. So I'm here, cycle, 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 cycle. Next one's just gonna be a hip switch or a thigh switch. So I'm just in upward position. I'm just thinking about switching my legs as quickly as possible. Really trying to get good knee height, get good toe height. Then I'm going to do 3 steps and hold. So same idea with the switches. It's just going to be 3 quick steps or 3 quick high knees and then hold. Next one's just going to be 2 quick steps, so it's still those switches. I'm just going to have 2 steps on the bottom leg, so it's 1, 2, boom, 1, 2, boom, 1, 2, boom. Next one's gonna be A skip, really concentrating on getting that knee up, good knee drive, and then trying to land with that foot right up underneath, and just working on that rhythm. Then we got the B skip, which is a little bit more advanced. I'm gonna get more extension into this one. I still wanna be landing in the same position. I just get here, and then extend, and then pull. Really working on the front side mechanics. Then I'm gonna be doing bounds, really trying to pick up distance on this. Big concentration is trying to spend the least amount of time on the ground as possible and really get a good push off. I think the bound translates well to your start and how well you're able to do that. A lot of that has to do, like what the foot's doing is gonna be very similar. Next one's gonna be a power skip. I'm really trying to get as much height as I can on the power skip. Another thing that's important that we see a lot of people struggle with is just that ankle height or the toe height as we're running. So one of the things they'll commonly do is have people just start with their feet together, and we're just doing moving ankle jumps. So I'm trying to keep my knees straight, and I'm just lifting up my toes, landing on back on my toes, and working that part of my feet. And this one's gonna be a lot more advanced, so I'd say you definitely wanna wait till either the athlete's more advanced or it's a little bit older of an athlete, but it's basically the same thing, it's just single leg. So I'm just on one foot, and I'm lifting my toe. And then I'll also do the other side. Big thing is I wanna be nice and strong with my foot, with my ankle, even with my core as I'm going through these, making sure I'm lifting my toe, landing on the front part of the foot. So then after we go through the dynamic warm-up, I do think it's a good idea to incorporate some of those same type of exercises into sprinting. And so what I'll do is like a bound and really think about that push off and being able to build speed and then translate that into actual running. So that's what I'm gonna do here. So I'm bounding, bound, 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 and then I just start sprinting as I go, just to get a good feeling of being able to transition from that bounding action and quick foot contact time to then being able to start running. I mean, not obviously full speed, but how that should be feeling as you're running. So then I'll do the same thing with like straight leg bounds, where I'm really concentrating on how I'm striking the ground, really getting my feet involved, and then as I get good with that toe strike, I'll transition into running. And then I'll go butt kick, same thing. So I'm really thinking about getting that height within the heel. I'll see a lot of people that have a hard time consistently keeping that heel up. So I think it's really good to work on getting here and then translating that into the full leg cycle. So I'm going butt kick, butt kick, butt kick, butt kick, butt kick, transition that into running. And then I'll go high knees. So same type of concept. We'll see a lot of people that don't get the knees up, don't get the toes up. So we really want to be able to emphasize that cycle, getting the knees up and then transitioning that into running. High knees, toes up, bicycle, 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 and then start running. Next one's just gonna be single leg broad jump. So big thing with this is the jumping leg wants to get plenty of height here. I'll see a lot of people when they're doing this, they're staying downwards as they're jumping, when really we want to be getting that knee up and covering ground. And then we'll go other side. The reason that I'm able to get a little bit more height is because of how I'm landing on the ground. So I'm putting a big focus on getting my knee up, getting my toe up, and then when I land, landing on the front part of the foot so that I can transition right back off very smoothly and with a lot of power. And then typically what I'll do is I'll have athletes work on start. So if it's a baseball team, I'll have them go into like a seal position. If it's a football team, I'll have them go into like their 40 start, or, you know, block start, whatever ends up being the case. For now, I'm just gonna go into like a receiver start. I'll usually do 3 to 5 steps, really focusing on making sure that they're landing with the heel off of the ground is the main concept there. And then I'll kind of coach them through low heel recovery, some of those advanced concepts. But the big thing is just understanding that acceleration. If you're working with a team and you can help them get their acceleration down, those first 3 to 5 steps, they're gonna get faster regardless of what their mechanics are, because of how important that acceleration is. So make sure that at the end of it, you're always doing some type of acceleration thing, because that will really pay dividends in the end. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps with your warm-up, helps it makes it so you can get faster. If you have any questions, you can leave those down below. Like and subscribe to the channel to find out more about sprinting mechanics, and we'll talk to you soon.